It ain't enough, so sure enough, no, we gon' run it back. It's a little hoodlum, but I always been a class.
All right, Mike Masters Media.
Yes.
I'm here with the one and only
Stretch, baby. Really quick, I gotta plug my girl. If you want to try to look nearly as good as I do, hit up Bree Cuts, or excuse me, King Bree Cuts. That's King Bree with 2 E's dash Cuts. Las Vegas area. She is good people. She will cut you up nice and fine, get you looking close to as good as me, maybe not as much, but she honestly, she's great people. Las Vegas area, look her up. She's great people. What's up?
For sure, man. Well, talk to me, man. You're fresh off your battle.
Yep.
How do you feel about your performance and your opponent's performance?
So good, so good. I just had the one minor when I got cut off. I was cooking in my first round, was on my ending bar, the very last bar, and people reacted too much before I could get to the actual final sentence. People interrupted, and it threw me off. And I need to be better at like being able to recover from that and finish.
Yeah.
But I slipped up just a little bit, and yeah, it was just, you know, that was the only complaint of mine on my own end. Besides that, everybody loved everything about what I had to say. They loved everything about what my opponent had to say. I cannot ask more of an opponent than to do what Jack did. He did exactly what I wanted him to, which was take it seriously, show up, and start just going crazy, wigging out. He did exactly what I wanted him to. So my performance was on point. His performance was on point. That's all I can ask. It was a clash of slight clash of styles. But yeah, I just think it comes down to, you know, it's probably 2-1 either way, and whatever your preference is, and that's okay with me. If you think he won, that's cool. I bet a lot of people think I won too. So
For sure. Hey man, on the live stream there was lots of talks of like, you know, like going viral and like how that ties into battle rap. How do you feel about? When you write, is that your like goal? Is it part of your goal, like as a battle rapper? Talk
I guess lately it has been, unfortunately, and honestly, I will admit it. Jack has actually been an inspiration for that. I'm actually really grateful for someone like him to have, you know, taken the art so seriously, to put everything he can into a moment that he believes in. He had a vision. He believed in a moment, created it, and it happened, and it went viral, got millions of views, and people like Shaquille O'Neal was DMing this motherfucker like, yo, you're crazy. I'm like, holy shit, like what do I gotta do to do that? And I was like, well, this is a thing, this is what happens in the world anyway, is like artists will do something new, they might pioneer a direction or at least take influence from somebody else and do something, and he did something that I think created incredible opportunities for people like myself. I thought to myself, how can I create a moment that everybody loves and wants to share with people? And so that was actually the inspiration for why I started off my second round the way I did. And I think it's one of those things that's going to be clippable and shareable, and it's going to make us both go viral again, and I think both of us are going to benefit from that. So thank you, Jack, and fuck you, Jack.
For sure. Well, hey man, I've been asking everybody who's familiar with Mike Masters. This is a great event to start off 2025. Do you believe, in your opinion, that Mike Masters would be in the talks of the top prospect of the West as far as the battle rap?
It's in the talks for sure. It's hard to say with what Westworld is doing. Westworld is an incredible league that has a deep roster, which is part of our struggle in Salt Lake City since it's such a small area. But they can't ignore how quality of content and decent of a roster we have for such a small area. Westworld is definitely they're a keystone to the West, the battle rap culture, hip hop culture. They have that sense, that feel, that vibe when you watch their battles, that it's like, this is West Coast, and that's what I love about it. I'm really looking forward to potentially working with them. But at the same time, they can't ignore who we are and what we're doing, because besides them, we are it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Washington is taking a break from what they're doing. Portland or Oregon's kind of taking a break, and then Colorado's been quiet. I mean, Arizona, New Mexico, both of them are doing great, but they're not quite on par with what we're doing. So besides Westworld, we are the talk. And so both of us, I think it's important that both of us do work together at some point, because it doesn't make sense to just not acknowledge each other. We have to work with each other and, you know, maybe build a bridge, and that's going to help both sides of the West, because West is huge, man. The West Coast is huge, but we got to help, you know, all ends of the West profit from this, because the East Coast thinks we're all bitches. You know, the East Coast looks down upon all of us. They don't acknowledge anything that we do, Mike Masters or Westworld. They don't like us. So we got to actually build a proper network to actually stand up and say, yeah, we're here. You know what I mean? Like, we're one of the best things to happen to hip hop in general. You know what I mean? Like we got fucking Tupac, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, and the roster there is deep. So now in battle rap, we gotta tell them who the fuck we are. It's not just Geechee Gotti. We got people around here in these communities. We are hitters. We're not afraid to step up to anybody y'all got in the East. You know what I mean? So yeah. West Coast baby, Mike Masters.
Hey,
you know
man,
what I mean?
You said it best, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Mike Masters, I Battle.
Yes,
you out
sir.
here at the gas station.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and throw out your socials, bro. And
yeah, man. So if you want to look me up, Stretch WC on Instagram. I'm trying to follow everybody that follows me, but I'm really trying to step up my social media game. It's nothing I've been accustomed to in the past, but look me up, Stretch WC. I'm trying to get a lot more content out there. I'm really trying to start traveling and putting on for everybody out here. So let's get to it, man. Mike Masters, Reno, Nevada. We're in this bitch, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Ain't enough, so sure enough, no, we gon' run it back. It's a little hoodlum, but I always been a classy act.